Good evening. You're watching the main news on HKIBC. I'm Isabel Wong.
And I'm Edna. Here's a look at tonight's top stories. Cathay Pacific denies covering up massive security breach.
2 more days of paternity leave finally approved in LegCo.
Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe kicks off historic Beijing visit.
Cathay Pacific is under fire after its announcement of a massive security breach came 7 months after the leak occurred, although it has denied any cover-up.
The city's flagship carrier said while the personal data of over 9 million passengers have been compromised, there was no evidence suggesting such information had been misused. Yupina Ng reports.
Through a statement uploaded to the local stock exchange's website late last night, Hong Kong's flagship carrier Cathay Pacific and its subsidiary Hong Kong Dragon Airlines disclosed that the personal data of 9.4 million passengers had been leaked. The leaked information included phone numbers, dates of birth, and even physical addresses. About 860,000 passport numbers and 245,000 Hong Kong ID card numbers were also accessed. But that's not it. The airline said 403 expired credit card numbers and 27 credit card numbers without card verification value were also accessed. But no passwords were compromised, while no travel or loyalty profiles were accessed in full. The airline said it first discovered suspicious activity on its network in March and confirmed the data breach in May following a thorough investigation. It is now contacting affected passengers while the police have been alerted. Cathay Pacific CEO Rupert Hogg apologized, adding there was no evidence that any personal data had been misused.
Once again, I'm truly sorry for the concern this may have caused you. Upon discovery, we acted immediately to contain the event and to thoroughly investigate. We engaged one of the world's leading cybersecurity firms to assist us, and we further strengthened our IT security measures too.
At the Legislative Council today, lawmakers criticized the airline for not coming clean on the matter, even after the announcement was delayed for months.
If you talk about 9.4 million of people, if the full set of the information being stolen, then that is quite, it's a very serious event. However, if you're saying, it's just, a bit of like a scattered information being stolen, and those information are not in a complete set, then of course the risk will be much lower. And I think they should come out and give a broader picture of the details.
The AB legislator Elizabeth Kwok said she was shocked by how the airline had handled the breach, adding that passengers could have taken remedial measures if the announcement was made earlier. Cathay's chief customer and commercial officer Paul Lu defended the delayed notification, explaining it did not want to create unnecessary fear before it had a better understanding of the incident first. During a radio interview this morning, Privacy Commissioner Stephen Wong admitted there was no mandatory notification mechanism in Hong Kong for data hacks, but felt Cathay could have done better. If the European Union standards, where companies must report such incidents within 72 hours, were applied, Wong said it was actually unacceptable for how the firm reacted. Yupina, HKIBC.
Working fathers will get 2 more days off to take care of their newborns after a proposal to bump up statutory paternity leave was finally given the green light following weeks of debate.
The Pen Democrats were fighting to lengthen paternity leave to 7 days, but their plans were eventually vetoed. Here's Yupina Ng.
A bill to increase statutory paternity leave from the current 3 days to 5 days has been struck in the Legislative Council for some time. That's because the Pen Democrats were not satisfied and demanded the leave to be increased to 7 days, something the government had firmly rejected. Labour and Welfare Secretary Lord Chi Kwong threatened to withdraw the entire bill if any amendment the Pen Democrats had tabled was passed. At a legislative meeting today, opposition lawmakers blasted the government's take it or leave it approach.
Maybe the government is not willing to push through a series of labor policies which will hit the business sector or the employment sector.
We
are talking about our social system, which should allow all fathers to be released from work so they have an opportunity to be able to take the baby home right after the baby is born.
But pro-establishment lawmakers, including Eunice Yung, who is expecting her first child, argued that 7 days of paternity leave was too much to ask for at this stage.
But it seems that if we increase the PL days by a big margin, then maybe that's not in line with our economic reality.
The crux of the matter is that whether you are really asking for 7 days. So if you are given 7 days, will you then be asking for 2 weeks?
All amendments tabled by the Pan Democrats were eventually voted down after a marathon debate. The original bill was approved after more than half of lawmakers voted in favor of the 5-day proposal. Law said he expected fathers to enjoy 2 extra days of leave before Lunar New Year. Upinam, HKIBC.
The airport authority has launched airline check-in services for travelers arriving from the Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau bridge.
Despite we have only 4 airlines, it covers over 50% of the person.